Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the February 21st, 2021 special edition of The Breast There Is, The Breast There Was, and The Breast There Ever Will Be Wrestling Podcast. As always, I am your host, Mikey B, WWE, and today's podcast will be featuring and discussing and giving predictions for tonight's WWE pay-per-view event, Elimination Chamber. So Elimination Chamber is another step towards, the biggest event of the year, WrestleMania. We will definitely get more clarity after tonight's show about the direction that WrestleMania will be heading in. And I think, quite honestly, based on the matches listed so far on WWE.com, that I think it's already starting to kind of come into focus what the company is starting to do for some of the big top tier matches heading into Mania. So I'm going to give my predictions for the matches stated on the website, even though, again, there's no official match card stated so far, and we're only about 8 hours away from the event. But all I have to work with is what the WWE website will post, and so far they have 5 matches posted on the card. I guess with a sixth to be added when Roman Reigns takes on the winner of the Elimination Chamber match on the SmackDown side. But I will get to that in a bit. So we have 6 matches listed on the card. Some changes I think are certainly in store, which I will get to. But let's start with the first match listed on the card, which is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, with the Tag Team Champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. On my last podcast, it was either on my last one or the one before, but I predicted that Charlotte Flair and Asuka would, I think I was correct when I said that they would have won the tag team belts together, and I thought the company would have them remain champions for a while building towards a feud for them having a WrestleMania rematch from a few years ago this year. What seems to have happened is that after they won the belts, they then lost them to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and now my theory of Charlotte and Asuka having the belts, holding them onto them together, and then dropping them before Mania to cause a rift, I think is now being applied to SmackDown and some SmackDown competitors. So in other words, I think that same train of thought was going to be applied to this match tonight. I think Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair will be victorious. They will win the belts. And then this is going to slowly set up their feud heading into WrestleMania. I think Bianca will soon after decide that she wants Sasha Banks to face her at WrestleMania. And I think that these belts, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. They may keep the belts beyond WrestleMania. But either way, it's going to mark a feud with Sasha and Bianca that they've already been kind of hinting at, and that's been simmering for a little while. It's going to boil over probably after they win, and certainly in the subsequent weeks to follow. But Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, I have very little doubt that they are going to win the belts tonight. I think they will, and then this will set up their feud heading into Mania. So Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, that team winning the Women's Tag Team Championships, that's my pick for the first match. Now, the second match on the card, on the website, I have a very strong feeling this is going to change. Right now, as it's stated, it's for the Raw Women's Championship, with the champion Asuka taking on Lacey Evans. Lately, the company has been building a storyline with Lacey Evans having Ric Flair at her side, certainly in an attempt to build a feud with Charlotte Flair. However, we just learned in the last week that Lacey Evans is, in real life, actually pregnant. Not just a work within the storyline. So it's surprising to me that they still have this match listed on the website, just a few hours from the show. I can't imagine this match going through at all. So I think what's going to happen is either this match will just get entirely removed, or they're going to find a replacement for Lacey Evans to face Asuka. Regardless, I guess because it's still listed, I'm going to give my prediction. But just as has been the case in throughout the years I've been conducting this podcast, matches which I give predictions for, which don't wind up appearing on the card, those do not count towards my overall prediction rate. So I have a very strong suspicion that this match will be one of those. And even though I think whoever the WWE is going to replace Lacey Evans with in this match will lose to Asuka, I guess based on my practices so far, I'm not going to be able to include that match in that result in the match count. So I guess regardless, Asuka I don't see losing the belt tonight. Certainly not to Lacey Evans, who I don't imagine in any way will compete, or towards whoever else she will face. So Asuka retaining the Raw Women's Championship is what I think will happen. So kind of a weird, strange occurrence here to have a match listed like this on the card the day of, when it's quite obviously going to be removed. But anyways, I digress. Moving forward here to the third match on the card. It's a triple threat match for the United States Championship, with the champion Bobby Lashley taking on Keith Lee and also taking on Matt Riddle, who's just going by Riddle now, apparently. So I don't see any belt changing hands here. So I'm saying Bobby Lashley, you're going to retain this belt for a little while longer. Possibly this feud will carry over into WrestleMania, maybe with both guys or with just one. But Bobby Lashley has been pretty dominant for a while. I don't see him losing tonight. So Bobby Lashley is my choice to retain the United States Championship. All right. The next one on the list is the first Elimination Chamber match tonight. There are two scheduled, and the first one here is for the SmackDown brand. The 6 competitors in this Elimination Chamber are Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and King Corbin. The caveat here is the winner of this match gets to face Roman Reigns for his Universal Championship on this same night. So what I think is going to happen is that Kevin Owens is going to probably have a great run here. I mean, there's several really great competitors in here. Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, they're all pretty strong. But because obviously in recent months we've seen Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns, their feud it's been going on. It's been ongoing. To me, what's going to happen is Kevin Owens is going to, beat the odds. He's going to beat everybody and come out of the chamber. But then I think Roman Reigns is going to probably come down within moments and make the, order that the match start up again. And he's going to pin Kevin Owens probably. He'll spear him a few times. It'll be like a 1-minute match or a 30-second match with them. So Kevin Owens is my pick to win the Elimination Chamber match. And then for the follow-up match with Roman Reigns versus whoever the Elimination Chamber match winner is, and I guess in this particular case I'm choosing Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns will be victorious. So I guess for the purposes of this, different from the Lacey Evans situation, since the second match attached to this one is Roman Reigns facing the winner of this Elimination Chamber match for the Universal title, I'm choosing Kevin Owens to win that first match, Elimination Chamber match, and I'm choosing Roman Reigns to win against whoever comes out of the Elimination Chamber. So in that second match. So I guess because that's sort of undetermined at this point, Roman Reigns, regardless, I think he's going to very obviously hold on to the title until WrestleMania, which I foresee there being a triple threat match. I think following Reigns' successful defense of the Universal title following the Elimination Chamber, I think, and he's going to pummel an already worn out, gassed Kevin Owens. I think we're going to see Edge come to Owens' rescue and attack Roman Reigns. So what I foresee happening at WrestleMania is we're going to probably get a triple threat match for this Universal Championship. It will probably be Roman Reigns defending his Universal title against both Edge and Kevin Owens. So either way, that's a couple steps ahead. For now, for these two matches, Kevin Owens is my pick, and then Roman Reigns is my pick to win the championship, the Universal Championship match to follow. And now moving on to the final match on the card. Unlike Roman Reigns, the other top champion on Raw, Drew McIntyre, will defend his belt inside the Elimination Chamber, whereas Roman Reigns refused to do that and only faced the winner of it. So Drew McIntyre certainly has the odds stacked up against him as he takes on a formidable group, which includes Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Kofi Kingston, and Sheamus, all guys who have won the top belt at least once in their careers in the company. So, it doesn't get much more difficult than this lineup. What I think is going to happen is Drew McIntyre is going to survive it all. He's going to come out as the champ, and then we're going to see an added match on top of this, which I guess I'll definitely discuss it, but I may not count towards my prediction rate because it's not listed on the card. But we're going to see, I think, The Miz cash in tonight when it's done, and he's going to defeat Drew McIntyre and win the WWE Championship. So, and we'll probably set up a feud with Miz and McIntyre heading into Mania, but it's still so much that can go down and can change from now until then. But I still feel that makes the most sense for Drew McIntyre to survive this Elimination Chamber match and then drop it in very controversial fashion soon after when The Miz cashes in his Money in the Bank. So I do think we're going to see that will be a bonus match tonight, I believe. But again, since it's not in a card, it's just kind of an extra added thing that I thought I would include to discuss because I have a strong suspicion this is going down tonight. So there you have it. So Drew McIntyre, I believe, will win that Elimination Chamber match. And then followed by The Miz cashing in and beating Drew McIntyre. But that's separate. That's additional. So there you have it, folks. Those are all the matches listed on the card for tonight, according to the WWE.com website. So that's all I have to work with. So anyways, tonight, just by virtue of its place in the WWE calendar, I think will be an exciting show. We're going to get some answers and some, we're going to start seeing the big picture about heading into WrestleMania. So this will be, I think, an entertaining show. And Elimination Chamber matches are pretty cool. So here's hoping that it's an entertaining event. We're going to get some surprises. And so we'll see, because the plot's now thickening heading into WrestleMania. So anyways, thanks very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel below if you liked what you heard. And thanks very much for listening, and see you next time.